Welcome, everyone, to the February 2025 edition of the Michigan Trails Report. I am your host, Tom Funk. And in case you're new or just forgot, I am the author of 50 Hikes in Michigan's Upper Peninsula and 50 Hikes on the North Country Trail. Once a month, we talk about the current status of Michigan's trails, trail magic, hiker trash, and even give you a heads up on the trail conditions and the status of the various reservation systems like recreation.gov. And the rest of the month, I typically post something on Mondays and Thursdays, various hiking content. Check out the table of contents where you'll see all of the listings. There's over 200 podcasts to choose from. Our sponsor is the Hiker Hostel in Germfask. The hostel will have a soft opening in the summer of 2025. Subscribe to their Facebook page, Hiker Hostel and Retreat, Germfask, for updates. And thank you to my friend Adam Main, a musician in Kalamazoo, for providing the bumper music. And with that, let's talk about the trail of the month. And we are going to be hiking in a national park. And in the 5 years I've been doing this podcast, wow, 5 years, really? Yeah, wow. I don't think I've ever done a trail on the podcast talking about one in Isle Royale National Park. So many of you who've been to the park like myself, you may have even intensely dreamed about going there and study the park map and all its trails and probably know the names of a few of them, like the Greenstone Ridge or the Menong Trail. But you know what? Today I'm going to let you in on a little secret. So there is a trail that requires not only a boat ride to Isle Royale, but from the Rock Harbor Marina to an island named Raspberry Island. And you'll be dropped off and given time to explore and get back to the dock for transport back to Rock Harbor. So, of course, you could always canoe across or use your own boat. There is a dock where you can moor. So this island, it's pretty small. It's several acres in size. It has components of boreal forest, it has a bog, rocky shores, great for exploring. The trails are maintained. You can even go off trail on the shoreline area. There is a narrow boardwalk that goes through the bog where you can find things like the insect-eating sundew and pitcher plants, which are really cool and very hard plants to find, and they're literally inches from the boardwalk. You can get right down your hands and knees and check them out. A nice touch are the interpretive signs along the route. They explain the ecology of the island. If you find your way there, you can keep yourself busy. Take your time. You'll discover enough variety on this island to keep you busy for half a day, at least. Otherwise, if I remember correctly, I think they just give you a couple hours to explore. If you go to the Isle Royale webpage on the National Park Service, nps.gov/Isle Royale. Go to their things to do page, and right there is Raspberry Island. So they're kind of highlighting it this year on their webpage. All right, trail conditions. I'll forego the usual closures until the snow clears, but I will remind you that if you are planning a trip to a Michigan State Park, you just might want to check out their closure page. There are 43 MDNR trail and campground closures listed on the website, which is down from last month's 49 closures, so we're starting to see a trend towards positive. Snowshoe over to their website, michigan.gov DNR, about newsroom closures. And I've been posting snow depth reports on the Facebook page, I don't know, about once a week or so, and although we had the coldest January in like 35, 40 years, it seems like, the amount of snow is quite lacking in the lower peninsula, with the exception around Gaylord and the bridge. But the UP, it has some serious snow in its usual places. And the sweet spot is still, it continues to be Pictured Rocks area down to M28 across to Tequamanon. And the snowmobilers are loving it. And it's great snow throughout most of the UP to do some snowshoeing and skiing. And this is pretty cool. Found out the Forest Service in the Ottawa National Forest, they are actually plowing parking lots for a lot of their hiking trailheads throughout the 2025 winter season. So some of them include Black River Harbor and all the waterfalls along the Black River Harbor, Okiduncan Falls, White Deer Lake, and there's other sites available as well. And they're doing this basically Monday through Friday, no sooner than 24 hours after the snow has ended. So that's pretty cool. So these snow maps I get from the National Operation Hydrological Remote Sensing Center. And I have shared links before, but if you go to the YouTube page, there's actually a tutorial there. And if you want to really zoom in, because I just kind of hit the highlights of the snow report here in the Trails Report podcast. But go there, and you're going to see quite a bit of snow. And again, you can zoom right on in to the area that you are most interested in. All right, time for some hiker trash. Hey, this segment, usually in the latter half of the year, is dedicated to those who have completed the North Country Trail 100 challenge, recognized as a volunteer or maybe accomplished a hiking milestone. And this month on Hiker Trash, I'd like to recognize one intrepid hiker that would be my friend and hiking buddy, Tammy Krems. I met Tammy and her late husband, Barry, at Quiet Adventure Symposium a number of years ago. She took an interest in someday hiking the border route in the Kekakabik Trail, as I was at the time, and we'd always chat about it, and we'd kind of keep each other updated because she was really interested in it. I didn't want to hike it alone. She didn't want to hike it alone. Unfortunately, it was until after Barry's passing, we were able to kick the Kek with a couple other friends, and later we did the Badenoch to Grand Island Trail. So she's a serious backpacker, and her goal is to finish the entire state of Michigan, which I believe she has done. So we've recognized her before. I know she's done one of the other peninsulas, but I'm pretty sure she's hiked the entire thing. So she was recognized by the North Country Trail as she started logging North Country Trail miles with her husband Barry and her sons, and she still found herself turning to the trail while her husband was sick, and she logged over 1,000 miles on the North Country Trail, and here it is. She has completed all of Michigan, including the Mackinac Bridge. So according to Tammy, she says, the trail became a place of solace for me, and I would get away for long weekends with friends. And after his death, I started joining in on chapter hikes more often. I suppose this is when I really became focused on finishing state of Michigan. I think I've logged over 400 unique miles in 2018 alone. So let's give Tammy a hand as our Hiker Trash of the Month. All right. Thank you, Tammy. Hope to see you again soon. All right, trail calendar. Hey, Tequamanon Falls State Park is offering guided snowshoe hikes at 2 p.m. and lantern-lit snowshoe hikes 6 to 8 p.m. every Saturday in February. I've been on those. They are very, very cool. So, and sometimes they actually have snowshoes that they can lend you. So, check out their webpage or give them a shout. As far as organizational hikes, the Northern Michigan Hiking and Backpacking Club, they have an overnight Big M cross-country ski weekend, Saturday, February 15th and 16th. And as always, go to the Facebook page, check that out, and see if there's something there on any of the pages there for you. I didn't see anything on Michigan Hiking and Backpacking or West Michigan Hiking and Backpacking. Some North Country Trail hikes and events. We have a snowshoe near Mansalona, Starvation Lake Road to Sand Lake, and McNeil Pond. That is February 15th, 9:30 a.m. They're going to meet at the Starvation Lake Road Trailhead. We have the Grand Traverse meeting chapter. They're going to have their chapter meeting on the 18th of February, 7 p.m. Let's see. Boy, not very much going on in February. Oh, lots of stuff going on in other states, but I'm looking at the Michigan stuff. So, hey, here we go. Here's a cool one. Chief Noonday Chapter National Walk Your Dog Day. And that is February the 22nd. Bridges Park, 9:45 a.m. And that is all, except for I will mention this one. Harbor Springs Chapter Group Hike is March 1st, 10 a.m. Stutzmanville Trailhead. That is a decent hike. As a matter of fact, there is a podcast that I take the chapter out of my North Country Trail book, and I also do a hiking narrative on that hike. It's a pretty cool hike up in that area. So check those out. Lots to do here in Michigan. We also have a couple of events coming up. Of course, Outdoorama right around the corner, Novi, Michigan, February 20th to 23rd. Quiet Adventure Symposium, the one that I am most excited about. It's its 30th anniversary, Saturday, March the 1st. Their theme is Bridging the Gap, about promoting community and connectivity between all the various outdoor recreational activities. They have their speaker schedule online. It is pretty heavy on canoeing and kayaking this year. They have not released their exhibitors and demonstration schedules yet. That'll be released shortly. That tends to have more hiking stuff, and there are quite a few North Country Trail exhibitors and hiking type stuff there. So the coolest one I found as far as a presentation was Jay Hanks. Hey, Jay, how you doing? I know you're listening. Jay Hanks is doing Indigenous Canoe Routes of Michigan, which I am very interested in hearing what Jay has to say about that. So I'm sure I can learn something from that, and I'm sure you can as well. Canoecopia, March 7th through the 9th. The schedule has also been released. Lots of cool stuff going on there as well. Reservation Report brought to you by MichiganTrailMaps.com. High-quality maps of many of your favorite hiking trails, like Pictured Rocks. Downloadable maps, you can find them there, and you can find books on hiking in Michigan like mine. Pictured Rocks Reservation, open for 2025. Now, here's the thing. Last year, compared to this year, there's a whole lot more availability this year than last year. So, don't know what's going on. There are still decent availability for Memorial Day weekend. Independence weekend is also looking very good. Hurricane 12 Mile Beaver Campgrounds at Pictured Rocks. Most sites are reservable 6 months out. And I'm sorry to report that we did go from having a mess of sites available to having slim pickings. I did see some 2 and 3 day stretches. But keep in mind, they also have booking windows for 1 month and 2 weeks out, as they hold back some of the sites from the 6-month window. And that is a good thing for those that can't plan ahead. Grand Island, reservations available 6 months out. Still, boatloads of sites available. Sylvania, accepting reservations 6 months out as well. Lots of availability. State Park Campgrounds. Remember, 6 months in advance for camping and backcountry sites for state parks, which means they are accepting reservations for Memorial Day weekend and soon Independence Day weekend. Backcountry camping sites are open for registration. You can book 6 months out for those as well. Porcupine Mountains, Memorial Day weekend is about half full. You may want to get on it if you want to get the sites that you desire. Craig Lake backcountry sites, plenty of openings. Tequamanon Falls State Park, backcountry sites. These only went online, I think, definitely last year, maybe 2 years ago, and people really weren't taken to it, but now they are. So it seems like the Clark Lake site is quite popular in June and into July, and if I recall, people were making the reservations closer to the hike date, and now it seems people are making it further out. So if you're backpacking, doing a through hike from, say, Grand Marais to St. Ignace, you'll need backcountry reservation sites if you're going to avail yourself of those. So get on it, get those reservations in. Isle Royal Ranger 2025 reservation system up and running. Lots and lots of availability. Isle Royal Queen reservation system is now open. IsleRoyal.com. All dates have space. However, I saw about, 7 or 8 dates that had 10 spots or less. So there's a few dates out there that are starting to get pretty popular. Isle Royal Seaplanes, submit a request on their website. And Isle Royal Lodges Rock Harbor, it's basically booked up for 2025, although every once in a while I'll see somebody that cancels and throws it up on into a chat group and says, hey, I had to cancel, and if you really want to go, you're going to have to be on it and snarf that up when it happens. All right, weather. How's it looking outside? Wow, we're having an interesting winter again. I think we say always have an interesting winter, don't we? The Climate Prediction Center is calling for normal February temperatures in the lower peninsula and lower than normal in the UP, and above average precipitation across the board. So you'll see the highest precipitation being predicted as you move from the northwest of the state to the southeast. So those of you in the Ann Arbor and Detroit area, that means you. So hopefully you'll see some more snow. The 7 to 14-day forecast calling for near normal precipitation except for the lower 3 tiers of counties and below normal temps north of Grand Rapids. All right. Starting to get to the end here when I start hearing the bumper music. There we go. I think I can hear it now. Whoa, hey. You know, every week it seems like my computer likes to freak out. And as you see, the music stopped. And there we go. Goodness gracious. Google Chrome. I used to complain about Microsoft all the time. I went to Chrome and there we go. Oh, here we are. I had to find where I'm at. There we go. Hey, have you been enjoying the content? Me blathering on about dumb things? Sure you have. Hey. So keep looking for content on Mondays and Thursdays. You know, if you need to find the various Facebook pages and articles and stuff, just go to tomfunke.net, TOMFUNKE.net. Thanks again to our sponsor, the Hiker Hostel and Retreat in Germfast. Thank you to everyone who purchased my books. And the royalty checks are rolling in, and they go towards my college fund for my son. And right now we can afford about 3 credit hours at a community college. So, hey, keep buying those books. And as always, a quote to end of the show. We move through this world on paths laid down long before we are born. That's from Robert Moore out of the book On Trails and Exploration. And hey, click that subscribe button. If you don't, I'm going to swap out all your nylon underwear for cotton whitey tighties. That's for you girls, too. Please subscribe. Helps us out a lot. And with that, thank you for joining us on the Michigan Trails Report. We will see you next week for more content, and next month for an update on the trail conditions in the States. Peace.